Hello and welcome to Food and Fitteds. I'm Phil and I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at American Family Field, home to the Milwaukee Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers play in a ballpark that has a retractable roof. You'll see that on the inside, but while we're outside, I want to show you this tailgating. If you're a college football fan in the South, this is nothing new to you, but for me as a baseball fan, this is the only ballpark where I've seen tailgating outside a Major League Baseball game, and they do it all over the place. It's huge here. Once inside the ballpark, you want to make a beeline for the food truck park on the second floor of the stadium. That's right, I said the second floor of the stadium. They have this kind of fake, false, whatever term you want to use here, food truck park up on the second floor with little food trucks. They got a bar, obviously. They have a area called one called the Chuco's Red Tacos with red tacos and quesadillas, burritos, and churros. That's it on the left right there. And if you go a little bit further past the bar into the food truck area. And of course, you can watch the game from that area too. But you're going to find Mike's Hidden Kitchen. They have grilled ham and cheese, Cubano sandwiches. They got a pretty good steak sandwich. And they also have Reuben rolls. But I wanted to head back there to that little white truck in the back called Noddy's Place. This is where you're going to get your Italian food. They have calzones. They have an Italian beef sandwich like you would get in Chicago. Parmesan truffle fries. Those were great. And then something called arancinis. Okay. I'm not Italian, but boy, was I ready to get one of those Italian beef sandwiches in my belly. And here it is, the Italian beef sandwich from Noddy's Plates there in the food truck park inside American Family Field. It tasted great. A little smaller than what you get maybe at Al's Roast Beef in Chicago, but that's what I get for altering my travel plans and avoiding Chicago. But like I said, it tasted really, really good. I could have gotten 2 or 3 more if I was still up there on the second floor, but I washed it down with a Pretty Good Amber. That's the name of the beer, Pretty Good Amber from Thirst Brewery. And hats off to them. It tasted great and went well with my Italian beef sandwich. And now for the fitted portion of Food and Fitteds, we head to the team store, which is located on the first floor of American Family Field. And as you would expect from a Major League ballpark, they have a pretty good team store, and it is large, it is well stocked. You have stuff for men, women, kids, all your novelty items. And of course, an impressive hat wall there in the back, so you know that's straight where I'm heading. And they got everything you might need. So dad hats, snapbacks, fitteds. I already had a regular Milwaukee Brewers hat, so I went with their City Connect batting practice hat, excuse me. And it, of course, represents that tailgating culture that is such a big part of the Milwaukee Brewers. There really isn't a bad seat at American Family Field. You're going to enjoy a Brewers game wherever you sit. We sat along the third base side. As you can see, the roof was open. The first time I went to a Brewers game, the roof was closed. And boy, I wish the roof had been closed this time because it was hot. It wasn't Milwaukee hot. It was Mississippi hot. But again, we still had a good time. I was there again, as you could see, with my nephew Daniel and his wife Emily. And I got hungry again, so I went and got an Italian sausage. And Wisconsin does encased tube meats really well, not just brats, but hot dogs are good there. This Italian sausage is really good, and it kind of set me up to pull for the Italian sausages later during the sausage races. And as you can see, we were sitting near Bernie's chalet, and there's a little slide. He slides down when the Brewers get a home run. It used to be a beer mug, but they made it more family friendly, and so he no longer slides into the beer mug. All in all, it was a nice afternoon. My nephew and his wife and I went to a farmer's market in Madison before we drove over to Milwaukee for the game, so we got some snacks there, and as you could see, we were eating at the ballpark, so we were kind of full, so we sat down to watch some baseball for a while. But as I mentioned earlier, it was pretty hot, so eventually I was going to have to go get a soda or some water, and they had souvenir cups featuring all the different sausages that participate in the sausage race. Very famous and enjoyable activity they have during the game. And so I got an Italian sausage cup since I had an Italian sausage earlier. But you know, my sweet tooth kept calling, and it was time to go get dessert. And being in Wisconsin, I got frozen custard. So frozen custard, and I was able to add a Milwaukee Brewers mini helmet to my mini helmet collection for all my ice cream mini helmets, but well, frozen custard mini helmets as well. And did I mention how hot it was? Okay, so you see how the frozen custard looks right after I got it? Well, it didn't look that way for long by the time I got to my seat. So as you can see, um, it was eat fast or it's going to become soup. And there it is, the famous sausage races at the Milwaukee Brewers game, to the delight of all the crowd and the fans and the kids. Well, thank you for watching this episode of Food and Vintage. As you can see right there, the Brewers won. We had a great afternoon. And unfortunately, I only have one more ballpark to go in my 2025 road trip, and that's going to be the Peoria Chiefs. So stay tuned for that video coming out soon.